Hello again everyone, I'm Jamie and welcome back to Trick Bricks. Today I'm pleased to continue our Adventures retrospective by taking a look at set number 5919, The Valley of the Kings, also known as 3722 Treasure Tomb. Like our last review, The Adventurer's Car, this set was a limited release affair and not often talked about, so I am stoked to share it with you guys. No matter which version of this set you picked up back in 1998, both of them contained 164 pieces, including 3 minifigures, and each set came with a plastic storage container. In the case of the Valley of the Kings, you got one of these very cool gold mummies, and the treasure tomb was packaged with a standard, for the time, square gold case, like this one shown here. I have the instructions, again featuring the original box art on the front, but interestingly, no alternate builds on the back, a deviation from the norm in '98. Since there's nothing else to see here, let's go ahead and build this thing. As you can see, this is a pretty diverse set, made up of 3 subsections. A small decorative structure that hides a nasty secret, a vehicle, and my favorite part, this visually striking temple/tomb. Let's start small. I'm not quite sure what exactly this is meant to represent, but it has some nice shaping. I really like these dark gray parrot statues on either side, and the flame elements up front add a nice bit of flair, pun intended. But this small structure isn't just for decoration. It's hard to miss this trans neon yellow element here, and when you pull on it, it activates a slide inside, which in turn releases a deadly surprise. A red snake. Highly venomous, no doubt. Booby traps are always a fun inclusion in any set, and this one is no exception. The second build we get is this very interesting vehicle. Its shape harkens back to a 1920s Grand Prix car thanks to this streamlined single-seat body, which is achieved by using this sarcophagus element. It's an inventive use of parts, and I think it actually works pretty well. There's a spare tire out back, and a clip on each side for holding various weapons and accessories, in this case a rifle and a pickaxe. Inside we have a steering wheel, green seat, and just enough cargo space for a movie camera, which again houses this printed film tile. And up front, the standard grille piece with yellow headlights. While not my favorite, this car is a nice addition to the adventurer's fleet, adding a bit of variety to an otherwise fairly uniform stable of vehicles in the desert theme. The last build, and main part of the set, is this excellent tomb structure. I'm far from an expert on ancient Egyptology, but this facade really seems to capture the essence of authentic Egyptian architecture, at least in my mind. I don't know why, but for me, this design really stands out against all of the other structures in the Adventurer's line. As you can see, there are quite a few decorated elements here, and thankfully they're all prints. There are no stickers in this set. The centerpiece is this fantastic sarcophagus lid. I mentioned this in episode 4, but the printing on it was top-notch in 1998, and it still looks amazing 20 years later. On either side of that, we have 2 rectangular pillars, with each one sporting a variant of the cartouche print. If memory serves, there are 4 distinct versions of this print scattered throughout the series. Capping off the entrance of the tomb is this very long brick, 1x16 to be exact, featuring another authentic design, the winged sun, a symbol of royalty in ancient Egypt. None of these prints are exclusive or exceptionally rare, but they really go a long way in making the set pop. But if you want to talk about rare parts, look no further than these 2 yellow parrots that adorn the roof. I should mention now that I actually brick-linked this entire set since it's fairly expensive and can be hard to find, and I think in the end the total cost came to about $40. But roughly a quarter of that price came from just these 2 birds. Throughout LEGO's history up to this point, the yellow parrot has only ever been released in 2 sets, this one, Valley of the Kings/Treasure Tomb, and 1989's Caribbean Clipper, another classic set. If you were to go the bricklink route, as I did, and weren't obsessed with 100% accuracy, as I am, you could save quite a bit of money by swapping these out for a more common color, without detracting too much from the original look. The rest of the structure is a fairly simple framework, which allows easy access to the interior of the tomb. But our intrepid heroes must enter through the front door, which takes us back to the sarcophagus lid. Instead of swinging open, it actually tilts to the side, in turn revealing the second Booby Trap, a snake pit, home to yet another red serpent. Once inside, there's not too much to see, other than this coffin. Since it isn't attached to the tomb in any way, it can be easily removed to give us a closer look. It's built on a 4x4 plate and attached with a hinge brick that allows it to be positioned however you see fit. And of course, this isn't meant to be vacant, so we're given a classic skeleton to round out the scene. As in our last episode, our skeleton features this very cool printed headpiece. In addition to the skeleton, the other minifigures included in this set are both ones we've seen several times before, so we'll just do a quick 360 of them. We have Johnny Thunder with his trusty revolver, and Baron von Baron, who's given a pair of black binoculars. And what sort of adventurer's desert set would this be without at least one scorpion? If you count the bird statues, this set actually comes with 7 animals, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Overall, I consider this to be one of the standouts of the sub-theme. Due to its limited release, it's not often seen these days, which is a bit of a shame since it features some pretty cool design cues and a lot of great parts. If you share my sentiments and would like to add it to your collection, I'd recommend finding a used set, as a new sealed copy can run you well over $100. Or you can do what I did and bricklink it. Swapping out the yellow birds will definitely save you a chunk of money if you decide to do so. Anyway, we're going to be continuing our current trend of looking at some of the more rare desert sets in our next installment in the Adventurers Retrospective, Episode 8, The Adventurer's Tomb. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you're sure not to miss some really cool set reviews coming out in the very near future. So once again, this has been Jamie for Trick Bricks. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care everybody, and play well!